and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jodie, and in this video I'm going to be doing my little bit overdue August physical media pickups. So yeah, just start by saying sorry that I have been a little bit AWOL on my channel for the last couple of weeks. Things have just been like a little bit kind of crazy, all sorts of kind of life stuff going on, so unfortunately I haven't really had a chance to kind of sit down and actually kind of go through my pickups for August. I haven't even really got a chance to kind of watch many films in the last couple of weeks, to be honest, either. So I'm definitely a little bit behind, and I'm a little bit behind on kind of watching kind of everyone else's kind of content in the film community as well. So yeah, if you put out a video and I haven't commented or anything like that, I do apologize. I am trying to kind of get back on top of everything now this week. But yeah, I have quite a substantial haul actually from the month of August, and I feel like it was a really good month for pickups and for kind of watching movies as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go through everything that I picked up. I have a pile of DVDs here and I have a pile of Blu-rays as well, but I actually found I was buying a lot of indicator titles this month. So just to kind of keep this video a little bit shorter, I'm going to do the indicator in a separate haul. So hopefully I'll get that up in the next couple of days, but just for this video, this is just everything else kind of that's not on the indicator label. So yeah, as I said, DVDs, and I have a few other kind of boutique Blu-rays as well that I will go through. So yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to get on with the haul. So I'm just going to start with the DVDs just because I have these in front of me, and I think a good amount of these I have watched earlier in the month. A few I still haven't, but I'll kind of go through my thoughts on the ones that I have watched so far. So the first one, this was a big surprise for me this month. I know this film, I think it came out either this year or last year. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but I was very skeptical about it, to be honest. So the movie in question is Apartment 7A, and this is the prequel to Rosemary's Baby. So yeah, if you've kind of watched my channel for any time, you know I'm a big Rosemary's Baby fan. It's one of my favorite films of all time, one of the greatest horrors ever made, in my opinion. I just think it's a sensational film. So I do not usually get along with kind of legacy sequels and prequels and that kind of thing, but yeah, there was something in me that was just really curious to check this one out. And yeah, like surprisingly, I didn't hate this film. I actually found myself quite enjoying it when I watched it. I was really surprised at that fact, to be honest. I really didn't think I would enjoy this one. So this film, Apartment 7A, it centers around the character of Terry Giannoffrio. So if you know the original film, she is the girl that was living with the Castavets before they kind of meet Rosemary. They were kind of basically helping her out and kind of giving her a place to stay, and she was living kind of basically in their apartment. And yeah, so there's one scene in the film kind of near the start of the film where she basically is found dead, basically after kind of falling from the top of the apartment. And we kind of don't really know kind of what happens. So this film, the whole purpose of this is to kind of fill in the gaps on what actually happened. Yeah, I'm not going to say too much more. Obviously we kind of find out kind of her whole story and what happened and what led to her death basically in the film. Yeah, again, like I was really surprised at how much I actually kind of enjoyed it. I kind of feel like I just went in knowing it was not going to be in the same league as Rosemary's Baby. Of course it wasn't. It didn't kind of have the same atmosphere and tension and music and just everything that I kind of love about the original. But yeah, there was still something interesting about the story and something that just kind of kept me invested throughout the whole film. And I kind of find myself at the end kind of going, that was actually not too bad. And again, it was quite a surprise to me, to be honest. So if you are a Rosemary's Baby fan, I would say give it a go. I'm not kind of guaranteeing great things or anything, but again, it was interesting. It was quite a satisfying story, I would say. And yeah, there's I guess kind of what actually happens kind of does sit right in terms of the actual film Rosemary's Baby. It didn't feel like, I kind of felt like the person that wrote this kind of understood you know, the actual, the kind of the source material, and kind of did understand the character, which I think is kind of a rarity for, to, you know, to be honest, with these kind of legacy sequels and prequels. So yeah, like surprisingly really watchable, interesting, and entertaining. That's all I could kind of say about it. Again, doesn't have the same atmosphere as the original, but still you know, a decent film in its own right. So yeah, one I actually would recommend if you are a fan of the original one. So yeah, Apartment 7A, that was the first pickup of the month. Then next, we're sticking on the horror, and this one was not as big of a hit for me, unfortunately. This is a film I have kind of had on my watch list for years and years and years, and I just never got around to it. So this was the month that I just decided to pick it up. And the film in question is Pumpkinhead, Lance Henriksen's Pumpkinhead, directed by Stan Winston. And yeah, this film, like, it was at the start of the month when I watched this, so just the story and everything, like, it's already kind of left me, like, it's already kind of gone out of my head what actually happens in this film. But I really find that this film just put years on my life. I really didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy the acting, I didn't enjoy the characters, the atmosphere I didn't like. I just kind of didn't really like anything about this film, to be honest. And again, like, when I really can't even kind of remember kind of too much about the story, but there was just something that I just could not kind of click with when I watched this movie. I've heard like great things over the years, that it's like a cult classic, and you know, the character of Pumpkinhead kind of being so iconic, and I do really appreciate the kind of the practical effects and kind of costume and art and makeup and all that kind of the work and everything that goes into creating the character of Pumpkinhead. But I just found the film was just, it just was not my cup of tea. And I'm not saying it was bad, it was just not my cup of tea. So I was going to watch the sequel if I liked this one. I know there's a nice release, I think, of the sequel as well. I can't remember which label it's on, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna park it, to be honest. And I don't think I'm gonna hang on to this DVD either, and because I just don't ever see myself going back to rewatch it, unfortunately. So yeah, I was kind of hoping for more with this one, but yeah, as I said, it just wasn't my cup of tea. So yeah, that was Pumpkinhead. It was the next pickup. And then again, just sticking on the horror theme, I have been kind of going through a lot of Stephen King's kind of adaptations, and this was one I actually can't even remember if I had heard too much about this one kind of prior to picking it up. But then just recently, the other day, in Tim's Film Waffles video, he was talking about this movie. I think he upgraded this one, but I just picked it up on DVD, and it was this one, Silver Bullet. And yeah, Tim had a lot of really great things to say about this film, and yeah, I massively agree with everything that he says in that video. I just thought this was just absolutely fabulous. I really enjoyed this one. So it is a kind of werewolf story, but kind of, again, kind of just to kind of echo what Tim said, it's not just about the werewolf, it's kind of about the kid, about the character that's played by Corey Haim in this film. Yeah, it was just a really great little story. I really liked the transformations, the werewolf transformations. The atmosphere was great. Yeah, there was kind of nothing I could really fault with this film. I really enjoyed it, and I just find like the more Stephen King kind of adaptations I watch, the more I really enjoy them. He just writes a lot of just such kind of solid horror stories and kind of creepy stories, and I just, yeah, in terms of an adaptation, I thought this one was done really well as also. It's a Dino De Laurentiis production, which I just thought was absolutely fantastic, really enjoyable. Definitely up there, I think, now for some of my favorite werewolf movies. Again, just to echo what Tim said, I think he said kind of the same thing, that it's high up there for him. I think it's kind of high up there for me now as well. And yeah, if it's one you haven't seen, just a really enjoyable little ride and just a lot of fun. So yeah, Silver Bullet, really happy I picked up this one. Then moving away from horror, the next two titles I'm going to talk about, I talked about these the last time I was on the live stream with Ollie, and these are two films that I really enjoyed this month as well. The reason I found these is because I was just basically looking into to see what other films the actress Vanessa Shaw was in. You probably know Vanessa Shaw from Hocus Pocus. She's like the older sister in Hocus Pocus, and she's in The Hills Have Eyes, the remake as well. I just think she's a great actress, and I haven't seen her really in that much, and I kind of just wanted to see what else she kind of had been doing. So I picked up these two movies. So I'll just talk about the first one. So this film is a film by James Gray, and it's called Two Lovers. And yeah, not usually like typically the kind of film that I pick up. I don't tend to pick up a lot of kind of romance films really, but I feel like there's a lot more to this than just it being like a romance kind of film. It's not really a rom-com, it's kind of more of a it's really more of just like a drama really. And it stars Joaquin Phoenix, Gwyneth Paltrow, and then of course Vanessa Shaw as well. And essentially this is the story of the Joaquin Phoenix character, who is essentially he is just a guy. He's in his 30s, he's like pretty depressed, and his kind of life is going nowhere, his love life is going nowhere, and he essentially kind of meets these two women. The first woman, played by Vanessa Shaw, she's kind of, I guess, the girl that your parents would want you to kind of go out with. You know, she's the daughter of a very well-to-do family and very kind of successful, and you know, she's just, I guess, yeah, she's kind of the one that you kind of should go out with. And then there is the character played by Gwyneth Paltrow, and she's like a lot more kind of messed up. She's she has a lot of issues. She's kind of going out with this married guy, and she's always kind of in these relationships that are bad for her. But it's kind of about the Joaquin Phoenix characters kind of, I guess, kind of trying to pick between these two and which one does he love more. And yeah, it sounds quite simplistic and cliche, but I have to say it's a story that was just told really well. And I just found the actual trajectory of the story and everything really satisfying, just the way it ended as well. I just thought, yeah, that was just wrapped up so perfectly. And yeah, I just thought it was a fabulous little film that I hadn't really heard too much about this one before I kind of picked it up either. But yeah, it's one I was so glad I watched. I just really enjoyed it. So yeah, if you're into your kind of romantic kind of drama films, Two Lovers, definitely highly recommend this one. And then the next film with Vanessa Shaw, this one a lot different to Two Lovers. This one was more of a kind of like a kind of drama crime thriller movie. This was absolutely fantastic as well. I really enjoyed this one. And it's this one called Cold in July, and it also stars Michael C. Hall, Sam Shepard and Don Johnson. What a fantastic little thriller this was. Again, another one I had not heard of before. I just found it on IMDb when I was looking through Vanessa Shaw's credits. But yeah, this was just, this was so enjoyable. Just to kind of give it a little bit of kind of the premise. So the character of Michael C. Hall, and he's kind of essentially the main character, and one night when him and his wife are at home, a burglar basically breaks into their house and he shoots the burglar. So yeah, and then he starts feeling very guilty, I guess, for shooting the man and for killing him, basically, because even though it's kind of within his right to do so, obviously in America, he just feels really bad about it. And you know, it's kind of not in his nature to kind of do something like that. But then the father of the man that he kills, played by Sam Shepard, basically comes after him looking for revenge. And that's kind of just the starting premise. There is a lot more that kind of unfolds throughout the story. A lot of twists and turns. And it's just so captivating all the way through. Really entertaining thriller. Don Johnson is fantastic in this as well. He's just so good. He's so he's just, yeah, a great character, a lot of fun to watch. And yeah, there's just, yeah, it's just a really fantastic little film, and one that I'm so glad that I found, because obviously I hadn't heard of it before. It's really interesting as well because it's set in it's set in the 80s. It's set in, I kind of don't know where, it's somewhere in the south basically, and it's this kind of very traditional, I guess, sort of kind of conservative town. So you kind of have that on one side, but then throughout the whole film there's this very, I guess what at the time would be a very futuristic kind of synth soundtrack kind of run through it, which I just thought was really cool. It's just, yeah, it's a very stylish little thriller, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So definitely I would highly recommend, if you're into your thrillers, definitely check this one out, Cold in July. It's really fantastic. So yeah, that was the next pickup. Really love this one. So then just for the last of the DVDs, these are just ones that that I picked up. I haven't got to them yet, so I don't really have any thoughts or anything just yet, but just a few pickups that I'm looking forward to checking out. So the first one, this one I was quite pleased to find in a charity shop for 50 cents. So I kind of picked it up. I don't know actually too much about the story, but I just have heard a lot of things over the years about this one, it being like a cult kind of classic film, and as far as I know, this goes for like a lot more. You know, if I was to trade it in and see X, I'd get, you know, a few bob for this one as well. So I picked it up, and it is it's Peter Jackson's Brain Dead. So yeah, as you can see, 50 cents. I just thought I just have to pick it up for that price, and yeah, I'm gonna check it out. It actually has a lot of pretty good reviews, kind of for what looks to be quite a like a kind of shocking kind of horror film, and the reviews and everything seem like really good for this one. So yeah, one I'm definitely looking forward to checking out. And then if it's one that, if it's not something I enjoy, then I know I'll make, you know, a couple of extra euro kind of back if I do trade it in. Then I have been, yeah, I've been trying to watch a couple more Eli Wallach films. I recently did a viewing of The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, and yeah, just Eli Wallach absolutely blows my mind. He is just absolutely sensational in that film as Tuco. And so yeah, I kind of went onto his IMDb and found a couple of movies that he was in, and I just picked up a couple. And so this is one that yeah, again, I haven't seen this one just yet, but it sounds really interesting, and it's this one called Skokie. So this one also stars Brian Dennehy, Danny Kaye and Carol Reiner, and as far as I know, it is a kind of free speech kind of political film, kind of debating the merits of free speech, even if kind of what people are talking about is hard to hear. So I'll just give a little bit of the synopsis. So it says, in a comfortable Chicago suburb, the advantages of life are abundant, but when a politically astute Nazi organizer selects Skokie as the site of his next rally, feelings run riot. The town's population is 40% Jewish, many of whom are survivors of the Nazi Holocaust. They see the march as a warning that these days must never be forgotten or allowed to happen again. So I guess it's a film kind of debating whether, you know, whether they should be allowed to voice those opinions, and kind of in this area where obviously it's going to be a very hostile kind of audience there, I guess. So it sounds like a really interesting concept, and yeah, definitely one I'm looking forward to checking out. I think it's going to be a good drama. So yeah, that one is Skokie. And then finally for the DVDs, I got lucky in my kind of local charity shop actually recently, and someone had donated a lot of the Clint Eastwood collection DVDs. Now there is a lot of the Clint Eastwood films I already have, so there's quite a few that I didn't get, but I got these these are all ones that I haven't seen before. A couple of them I actually hadn't heard of before. So yeah, I just, when I see a Clint Eastwood film that I don't know, I just absolutely have to grab it. So the first one I picked up was this one, Honky Tonk Man. Yeah, I have never heard of this one, I don't think, but it sounds really interesting. And then the DVD is in perfect condition. Another Clint Eastwood one I'd never heard of, this one is Still Sealed, and this one is White Hunter Black Heart. Yeah, never heard of this one, but again, it sounds interesting. It looks like something different for Clint Eastwood. So yeah, another one, definitely going to check that one out soon. One I definitely have heard of. I know a lot of people in the community really enjoy this one. This one is Where Eagles Dare. So yeah, I just haven't seen this one yet, so another one I need to get onto very soon. And then yeah, this one I also hadn't heard of. This one also still sealed, and it's Clint Eastwood and Bernadette Peters in Pink Cadillac. So yeah, really happy to pick up those ones. They put out a few more in that charity shop, but I had kind of had them all, so hopefully there's a few more where that came from, and I can kind of just keep boosting my Clint Eastwood collection, because yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a Clint Eastwood film that I haven't enjoyed, to be honest. So I'm happy just to keep collecting as many of his films as I possibly can. So next I'm moving on to the Blu-rays. So at the start I think I'll talk about I'll talk about all of the kind of boutique kind of ones first. And again, a few of these I've watched, a few of these I haven't, but I'll let you know my thoughts on the ones I have watched. So first I got two from the Eureka Masters of Cinema label. So it's always nice to kind of add Eureka titles to the collection. Roy, Blu-ray Movies, I know he's a massive fan of these ones, so Roy, please let me know your thoughts on either of these titles if you've watched these ones. So yeah, first we have this one. Just sounded really interesting to me. This is a film from Robert Aldrich from 1977, and it's Twilight's Last Gleaming. So yeah, this one I picked up from CEX online. Actually, I think it was only €13, but it's in very good condition, so I was really pleased with this one. So this one just says it's high among idiosyncratic auteurs, Robert Aldrich's most powerful and intense dramas. Twilight's Last Gleaming is a thunderous political thriller and race against time doomsday classic. So yeah, that just sounds absolutely fantastic, and I'm really massively into these kind of, I guess, like political kind of procedural kind of films, these military kind of procedural type kind of thrillers, so, you know, things like Failsafe and that kind of thing. I don't know if this is going to be like that, but to me that's kind of what I imagine it is going to be. But yeah, it's one I cannot wait to get stuck into. So again, yeah, if anyone has seen this one, please let me know what you think. It's one I can't wait to watch. And then also one I also picked up from CEX, this one from the Masters of Cinema label. It is the classic western Shane. Now I think Neil from Neil's movie channel is a big fan of this one. I think he said it could be his favorite western of all time, or possibly his favorite movie of all time. Yeah, one of those. But yeah, it's one that it's long overdue that I check this one out. I'm just really enjoying westerns. I'm just, every single one I watch, I'm just enjoying it so much, and I want to, while I'm kind of watching kind of some more modern ones, I'm kind of want to go back and watch some more kind of like the really kind of classic ones, kind of the older ones. And this one, it kind of comes up on all of the lists of like best westerns and kind of most important westerns kind of lists. So I knew it was one I was going to have to check out. My husband has also said that he wants to start watching some more westerns with me as well, so that's absolutely great. So it's an excuse to kind of go back and watch some of the classics as well. So yeah, Shane, I'm really looking forward to finally seeing this western classic. Then next, speaking of absolute classics, now this one was a first time watch for me. Yesterday actually I just watched this one for the first time, and oh my goodness, it was absolutely incredible. This one is from 1955, I think, and it's directed by Charles Lawton, and this one is The Incredible The Night of the Hunter. I had actually picked this one up on DVD, hadn't watched it, and then I just saw this one come up on Amazon. This just particular edition, this is an Arrow Academy edition of this film. I just thought the artwork on that was just so gorgeous. It just, the absolute, like the actual the artwork and like the case and everything just really kind of called to me, so I had to pick it up. I got it for pretty reasonable. I think it was 12 or 13 euro. I think this is usually a lot more, but I think the case was just damaged, so that's why it was a little bit cheaper. But I was so pleased to pick this up. I just think it is stunning, and I probably will change the case at some point if I kind of get another of the clear cases. But yeah, as I said, it was a first time watch for me yesterday, and yeah, what a film. I feel like it's a film, while I really enjoyed it, I feel like it's just only going to kind of grow on me on future kind of viewings. Yeah, I just feel like it was one of these movies that you could literally take like any frame from this film and you could kind of frame it. Like it just, every scene, every shot is art, basically. It's just absolutely beautifully done. The atmosphere in this is just second to none. The tension is second to none. There's just a creepiness, like just a suspense that kind of runs through the whole film, and it is palpable, and it's just absolutely gorgeous to watch. And the setting and everything of this is just absolutely sensational. So definitely definitely a fantastic film, and a film I will revisit 100%. I'm so happy now to have it on this really nice edition that I can kind of go back and rewatch it again over the years. But just absolutely fantastic, and Robert Mitchum is just sensational is the only word to describe him in this film. So creepy, but just an excellent performance. So yeah, Night of the Hunter, absolutely fantastic stuff. So the next Blu-ray pickup, this was one from Arrow Video Blu-ray, and this is one I know, I found this one because it was talked about on Stuart's channel, Stuart George's Home Movies. He had picked this one up and talked about it in his kind of Donald Sutherland pickups. And it was one I had never heard of, but it just sounded interesting, so I grabbed it, and it is called Apprentice to Murder. There is reversible artwork on this one, of course, and that's the artwork that you kind of get when you buy it. But I just thought that one was pretty interesting to look at. So yeah, I watched this again. This was kind of like a viewing that I did earlier in the month, and yeah, I remember enjoying this. Like, it's not incredible, but it was definitely an enjoyable kind of original story, and it's just one that just has not kind of stuck with me, I suppose, throughout the month. It's not left a massive impression on me, and it's a little bit forgettable, but it's an enjoyable watch. I'm not too sure how many times I'll be kind of going back to revisit this one, but I think I'm going to hold on to it anyway. But just a pretty kind of average, kind of okay viewing, I would say. So the film itself, it's about this kind of young boy who basically kind of befriends this he's like a kind of like a witch doctor. It's set basically kind of in this kind of Pennsylvania Dutch kind of Amish kind of community. I'd say maybe like in the early 1900s or something like that, kind of the turn of the century kind of time. And yeah, he basically befriends this this kind of witch doctor character played by Donald Sutherland, and essentially, kind of from what I remember, the whole kind of premise is, is he actually, a healer? Is he actually kind of a benevolent force, or is there something kind of more sinister going on? So that's kind of the premise. Again, the details were gone a little bit foggy to me on this one. For some reason it just didn't leave like a massive lasting impression on me. But yeah, as I said, it was like a decent kind of watch. And yeah, if you're into your Donald Sutherland, I would say it's probably required viewing, if he is an actor that you really, really enjoy. But for me, yeah, it was okay. It was solid. It was not a bad film. So yeah, that was Apprentice to Murder. There's not really too much else to say about this one. This one was definitely a little bit of a kind of different pickup, something a little bit more unique than I guess kind of the usual pickups. And this one is from Second Run, the label Second Run. This one, it's from 1978, and the film in question it's Beauty and the Beast. Now it's basically like the Czech version of Beauty and the Beast. So I actually don't know where. I think I just saw a video, maybe it was on YouTube or it was somewhere online. I saw a video of basically someone kind of showing a couple of clips from this film and talking about it, and basically saying that it's a horror fantasy version of Beauty and the Beast, like the story of Beauty and the Beast. So obviously, like, completely predating the Disney version, and like it's the same story, but it's a totally different kind of version. And I just thought it looked so interesting, so kind of haunting, and I just kind of had to pick it up and just see what it was like. So yeah, I really enjoyed my viewing of this. So it's definitely one that you should kind of watch in the dark. I was up really early one morning. I think it was like at 6 o'clock or something. I was up, I had the curtains drawn and it was dark, and I put this on, and It was such a, yes, just such a haunting film. It was just exactly the way I think it was supposed to be seen, just in the dark, peace and quiet, and just kind of to kind of immerse yourself in the film, I guess. It's done very like elaborately, like the sets, the costumes, everything is so elaborate, but there's definitely the horror elements of this are just absolutely fantastic. The character of the Beast himself, the kind of the version of the Beast that they show is just, yeah, really creepy, but really, just really fascinating to watch. And there's this kind of some other kind of creatures that kind of come up during the film that are, yeah, just equally as creepy. And yeah, it's kind of haunting, it's creepy, it's yeah, I would say it's very dark, but it's just absolutely beautifully done. The sets and everything are just absolutely gorgeous to watch. Definitely something a little bit different. I don't really tend to watch, well, I don't tend to watch a lot of kind of foreign films anyway. It's definitely an area that I'm kind of lacking in. I just don't watch a lot of foreign language films. But to kind of see to see like basically a horror kind of fantasy fairy tale kind of told in that way, it was just, yeah, it was just an absolutely fascinating watch, and I really, really enjoyed it. I definitely want to pick up some more of these kind of second run titles, and just start to kind of explore some more titles from other countries. Again, I'm terrible. I'm very much like kind of just loyal to like watching like American films, British films, English language films in general. And I'm just, yeah, I haven't really ventured too much out of my comfort zone in terms of watching foreign language films, but this one definitely kind of spurred me on to kind of just explore a little bit more. Yeah, I just thought it was fantastic. It was really, really unique, really interesting. And yeah, if it sounds like your cup of tea, if you're into your fantasy, your fairy tales, your kind of dark, kind of very macabre, kind of, you know, kind of classic stories, I would highly recommend checking this one out. So as I said, I'm definitely going to try and kind of venture into watching a few more of these second run movies, and just seeing what else the label has to offer, because it seems like they have some really, really interesting ones. And yeah, it's just one I'm really, really glad I kind of discovered, because it wouldn't have been one that I would have picked up otherwise. So yeah, this one is Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, highly, highly recommend this one. Then continuing on with the Blu-rays, I picked up this is earlier in the month. I had a week off basically at the start of the month, and this is kind of when I was doing a couple of like movie kind of marathons, like the Texas Chainsaw one that I did, and another one of the days I decided to do like a Toby Hooper marathon. Now I think I only watched like 3 or 4 movies that day, but I have to say it was such an enjoyable day. I really, really enjoyed it. And this was one of the new pickups from Toby Hooper that I got, and one that I hadn't seen before. And it is this one, Invaders from Mars is the English title. This is the German release. And yeah, just so enjoyable. Yeah, I absolutely loved every second of this. I'm not sure like how kind of popular this film is, but I have to say I enjoyed it so much. In terms of kind of these sort of wacky, creative kind of Martian invasion films, this one ranks way higher to me than Mars Attacks. I know maybe that's controversial. I know there's a lot of fans of Mars Attacks out there, but this one for me was up there. I just thought it was fantastic. It was so much fun. Just I loved the aliens themselves, just the like the character design and everything, and it was just fantastic. The story was so much fun, and of course we just have like a performance from Karen Black, who is one of my all-time favorite actresses. I just think everything she does just works for me. I just love to watch her on screen. I could just watch her all day. I just think she is fantastic. So yeah, for me this was just a fantastic watch. Really enjoyed this one, and definitely kind of like I said, of the kind of the very kind of wacky, kind of fun, kind of alien type movies, this one is up there for me now, I would say. This one, Invaders from Mars. So yeah, absolutely love this one. So would highly recommend if you haven't seen it. So next, this next one, a very different kind of tone of film. This one is a it's actually inspired by true events, inspired by a real life killer, basically a serial killer. This film is from 2011, I think it says here. And this one is it's called The Texas Killing Fields. Now this is another one. This is a CEX pickup for me, and I had heard the name The Texas Killing Fields. I had never actually heard too much about the film or kind of what the reviews or anything were like. So when I kind of saw this in CEX, and when I read the synopsis, I just thought, incredible, that sounds absolutely fantastic. It's essentially a yeah, it's like a detective kind of story, like a true crime kind of homicide kind of detective story. Basically these two cops, played by Sam Worthington and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, they're basically like investigating a serial killer, and essentially he's kind of murdering women basically and dumping their bodies in basically the Texas Killing Fields, which is kind of like a bogland, or like a kind of swampy kind of land in Texas. And yeah, I just thought the story itself sounded fantastic. Yeah, this film was not fantastic. Look, it was okay, but I just feel like this, it just could have been done so much better. I find that the film itself was just a little bit all over the place. It didn't really kind of have like a proper direction. Yeah, I don't really know what it was about it. Just something kind of just didn't click or something with this film. It just sort of had all of the elements to be incredible, like this just incredibly haunting kind of setting, a fantastic cast, and obviously as well as the two main actors with Jessica Chastain as well, who is usually fantastic, but she was really annoying in this and was very, like, her kind of character and performance were just really cliche. I just think there wasn't enough depth to the characters or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. And then I kind of find that even the person that was kind of doing the crimes, like, I feel like it was just very obvious who it was. The tension was lacking, the suspense was lacking. I don't know. I was really disappointed because I just felt like this is going to be such a good thriller. But yeah, it was a little bit of a letdown, to be honest. Look, obviously, if this event, or any of these actors or anything like that, kind of appeal to you, look, give it a go yourself. You might have a different opinion of it. But just for me, unfortunately, it was a little bit of a letdown and just left me feeling a little bit kind of empty after it. Yeah, just didn't fulfill its potential, I would say. That's probably my main kind of opinion with this one. So yeah, as I said, a little bit of a letdown, but it was an okay watch. It was fine, but just not great, unfortunately. So yeah, that was The Texas Killing Fields. And now I'm just onto the last two Blu-rays of the haul. So these two, I haven't watched either of these yet. And the first one, I'm just going to say this one, I have been wanting to get a copy of this movie for probably years. This is a Wes Craven film. I know this particular film has just been so hard to get. It was only available on like a foreign import, and it was always quite expensive. But yeah, this month I decided to pick it up on basically the German, it's like a German media book version, and then literally as it arrived, I saw that Arrow announced that they're releasing this film in November on their label. So very annoying, but I now have it, so I obviously don't need to get it again. And the title in question is Deadly Friend. Yeah, so this is the German media book. So it's just very clunky and kind of annoying. I don't really actually tend to like media books. Anytime I get them, they just kind of stick out or something of the collection, and they kind of bug me a little bit. But look, I have it now, so I'm just gonna kind of stick with it and roll with it. But it's just so typical. I've been waiting for like a proper release of this film for so long, and just literally just gets announced when I buy this one. But yeah, as I said, I haven't watched this one yet, so I have no thoughts to kind of report to you, but definitely one I'm going to be watching soon, because it's just been one I've been wanting to see for ages and ages. I'm a massive Wes Craven fan, so yeah, it's a highly anticipated watch for me nonetheless, kind of regardless of what obviously edition I watch it on. So yeah, Deadly Friend is one that I'll be watching very soon. And then finally, another one I will also be watching very soon is one that I've been very apprehensive to watch. I've been kind of wanting to watch it like in a kind of morbidly curious way for a really long time, but I now have roped my friends into watching this with me, so we are going to hopefully get together really soon and watch this film. And the film in question is Pink Flamingos from John Waters. This is from, yeah, it's from 1972, and this is the Criterion edition. So we have a lovely slipcover, and then we have Divine here on the inside. So yeah, I know I've just been so curious to watch this for the longest time, and for some reason I just feel like I need to watch it with like people with me for like moral support, and you know, just to kind of have a bit of a laugh with it. I didn't know if it was one I just kind of wanted to sit down and watch on my own and not be able to kind of react, I guess. I know there is a lot of kind of disturbing, or I don't know if it's disturbing, but kind of just disgusting content in this film, and you know, even as much as I've heard, I still kind of want to watch it, and I still want to see what I think of the film as a whole. So yeah, I will be hopefully watching this one soon with some friends and probably some cocktails and some snacks, and just hopefully have a bit of fun watching this one. So yeah, if you have seen Pink Flamingos, let me know what you think, and let me know if there's any scenes that I need to prepare myself for. There's one scene in particular I know about, which is I think probably like the most famous scene from it. But yeah, if there's anything else in this content wise, just let me know. Give me a little bit of a heads up in the comments. But yeah, I'm looking forward to just watching it and seeing what I think, and just kind of seeing everyone's reaction as well when we watch it together. It should be a lot of fun. So yeah, Pink Flamingos is the last pickup. So yeah, that is all of my pickups from August. Well, not all of them. This is all of the non-indicator ones. So as I said, I will do in a few days, I'll do my indicator haul. I just didn't want this video to go on all day, and I think I have, yeah, like 5 or 6, maybe 7 indicators to show. So yeah, I will do the separate video with those ones so you can see what I picked up. But yeah, a really interesting month for pickups, and a few titles obviously I still have left to watch. So hopefully I have it's just things have been so busy the last couple of weeks, so I still have a few bits to do today, but hopefully I'll get to sit down now this evening and watch a couple of movies and kind of get a few more ticked off the list. But yeah, that is all of the pickups that I'm going to show in this video. If you are still watching, of course, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it as always. Please leave any comments or feedback or anything you want to say in the comments section down below, and yeah, I love replying to all the comments as always. But yeah, that was it. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.